It's time for At Home with the RubberDucks, powered by First Energy. 640 WHLO gets you closer to your hometown team with stories of the game and updates from the season ahead.
Line to left center, that's a base hit and a game winner for the Akron RubberDucks.
Akron RubberDucks baseball, affordable family fun.
High drive to right, that's well hit, back, that ball is gone, it's a home run.
Here's your hosts, Marco Lanave and Jim Clark.
Hello again. Welcome into this edition of At Home with the RubberDucks on this first Sunday of June. Marco Lanave joined by Jim Clark. And Jim, still no baseball season starting just yet, but want to visit with you a little bit about what the RubberDucks have posted on their social media platforms, specifically these Canal Park Classics, which is kind of a fun trip back in time to some of the great memories that have happened at the ballpark.
It's good to hear some of the old games. We went back and had Francisco Lindor's first hit in Double-A, which was a good experience, a game that the Ducks won. Good to hear about Frankie again back in the early days, and he made a nice play in the field. And take a trip back, and it's funny, even though it's not that many years back, the game still changes from even then to now. But Lindor was special when he was at Akron for the short period of time, and it was good to hear that ball game. And then the All-Star game, of course, which was just a spectacular two-day event, going with the home run derby, the celebrity softball game, huge crowds both nights, as the entire Duck staff just did a remarkable job in those 2 days, something you plan for basically a year, as the planning goes into something like that. And they did such a remarkable job. The game was a little lopsided, but that really didn't matter. The fans, they stuck around to the end. The Ducks got to come out and perform, and it was just really a great night for the city of Akron.
And that was the first time in, at that point, 20 seasons of the ballpark hosting an All-Star game, right?
Well, then, in fact, goes back longer than that. The franchise had turned down some All-Star opportunities dating back to the Canton Akron days and the early days of the franchise here. They just, I don't know why, but they just didn't want it. And Ken was adamant he wanted an All-Star game, Kim and Jim, and they went and got it. And no one was let down by that. It was a great experience, and I wish we could do it again, even though a lot goes into that, but they would love it again. It was a great way to showcase the city and the ballpark.
Oh, that is so cool. And getting back to Francisco Lindor, I know you talked with Brad Bourneval last week, and we heard some of that, but what stands out to you from seeing sort of Lindor now looking in the rearview mirror a little bit too?
Well, Brad said it right. You look out there at shortstop, there's never a frown on his face. He comes to the plate, there's never a frown on Lindor's face. And watch the joy he has in playing the game. In the area where I grew up, which I love dearly, you didn't see that type of emotion unless you were in a World Series or you threw a no-hitter, not just an everyday thing. But Frankie, and even more after the injury coming back late last year, and he was first to say, he goes, I will never take this game for granted ever again. And he just has so much joy in what he does. And he's a Hall of Fame shortstop. And I wish there was some way he could be a Hall of Fame shortstop for 15 more years in Cleveland. That's how it should be. That's how Derek Jeter was. That's how Cal Ripken was. That needs to happen with Lindor somehow. But he brings so much to the game. He's great for the game. He's great for his teammates. I want to see Lindor in a live game sometime this summer.
Well, you mentioned baseball being never taken for granted, as Lindor said last year. Boy, I think a lot of people now at this point are saying that exact same thing. And the guys that we have had a chance to talk to now really have echoed that sentiment too. And this week we're going to share on the show our conversation with Sam Hentges, who is missing baseball just as much as anyone. But it was good to hear how he's still finding a way to keep working out and get ready for the season.
As much as he wanted to go back to Minnesota to spend time with his family, he would rather be in Columbus or Akron or Cleveland right now doing something with baseball. And, America needs baseball right now. You won't remember this, but back in the 68 riots in Detroit, they were burning down Detroit. Willie Horton played for the Tigers. They finished a Sunday doubleheader. He left the ballpark in uniform, went to the sites of the riots to try to calm things down. The 68 Tigers helped heal Detroit, gave them something else to come together on. Sports brings people together, and it's just a small part of the picture right now, a very small part, don't get me wrong, but it could be something that people heal a little bit by bringing them back together. Colors don't matter in baseball. We need baseball back right now, and I think they realize it. They need to come out and do something about it now.
And, of course, the RubberDucks made a statement that's on the Akron RubberDucks website that you can see there. But baseball has been transformational in our society, as we know, and we're looking forward to getting back to it. It was good news this past week that the RubberDucks staff are gradually returning to the offices at Canal Park this past week. So be on the lookout for some updates about affordable family fun that will be offered in the coming weeks. Also, Canal Park will be having baseball camps, 5-day baseball camps beginning on 3 different weeks, July 6th, July 20th, and August 3rd. You can go to the RubberDucks website for more of that information. And then you can visit the Akron RubberDucks online team store. Use the promo code RADIO to get 20% off RubberDucks caps. And you can still donate to the local COVID-19 relief through the Akron Cares program. Let's get to our conversation with Sam Hentges. He talked to us from Arizona at the time, and he was preparing to drive back to Minnesota the last weekend of May as he answered questions from RubberDucks fans.
From Joel Q, tell the fans what you throw. Have you added any new pitches over the winter?
To answer the first question, I throw 4 pitches. I throw a 4-seam fastball. I throw a cutter or a cut fastball. I throw a changeup and a curveball. And I have not added any pitches in the offseason, but I have kind of messed with or changed a couple grips on those pitches that have made them a little bit better.
How much have you thrown in the last couple of months? Being there probably really helps being in Arizona.
Definitely. And it's right away when everything was shut down, we were going to local community parks and playing catch, because there are a few guys out here that are with the Indians. So luckily I had people to play catch with. I know a lot of my teammates were throwing baseballs into a brick wall to keep their arm in shape. But yeah, I mean, it's been good being out in Arizona, and I have been throwing, obviously not as much as I would be had there been a season, but I've still been getting a decent amount of reps.
Who's catching your bullpens?
Right now, it actually is Juan De La Cruz, who was our bench coach last year. And before that, it was Gili Gilao, formerly known as Lee Jen Chu. And he's out here. He was catching my bullpens, but now it's De La.
Okay, so you mentioned Lee Jen Chu. How do you say his full name? Can you do it?
I think so. I think it's Kung Kwang Gili Gilao. Kung Kwang Gili Gilao. Everyone calls him Gili.
We hope he's in Columbus.
Yes. Yeah, it's difficult. And I remember the first time I saw that, it was on like a spring training form, like who's going to be in camp and stuff. And I saw that name and I'm like, who the heck is this guy? Like, I've never heard. And then I had to reach out to someone. They're like, yeah, that's Chu. He changed his name, but there's actually a pretty good story. You'll have to ask him sometime about changing his name, and it's bringing his family pride, and it's something with the government allowing the names or something like that. But you'll have to ask him. It's actually a pretty good story.
Yeah, it's maybe a name that he's had before, or that people do know him by.
Yes, definitely. It's a family name. I think it's been kind of passed down. I don't know if it's the full name or if it's just like the last name like we have here in America that's passed down for generations. But he definitely takes pride in his new name.
That's cool. But yeah, it will be easier on Jim and I if he's in Columbus. Ryan P. wants to know, what's your favorite uniform to wear on game day?
My favorite uniform last year was definitely the white on white at home. I like the white tops, I think, because it had our last name on them, and it made us all feel pretty cool. But I also think it looked the best. So probably the white on white.
That was pitcher Sam Hentges, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks was brought to you in part by Ambridge Hospitality, Fairfield Inn & Suites, and the Courtyard by Marriott Akron Fairlawn. All partners presenting RubberDucks baseball. We'll have more with Sam Hentges right after this.
You're listening to At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO, your new home for Akron RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Here at Sarah Auto Park, community service has always been a priority of ours. These days, that spirit is more important than ever. Join us as we do everything we can to take care of our doctors, nurses, all other essential businesses, and their employees. If our community needs us for anything, even to safely get a bag of groceries to our most vulnerable, we're here. We'll get through this together. Sarah Auto Park.
This is RubberDucks broadcaster Marco Lanave. When people ask me who's the number one pick for print and copy solutions in the Akron area, I tell them Meritech, the pride of the RubberDucks for the past 9 years. Meritech's roster also includes IT consulting, cloud voice and data services for a powerhouse lineup to reduce risk, control costs, and increase productivity. So call Team Meritech today and tell them the RubberDucks sent you. Meritech Technology to empower your business.
Exceptional care means having access to world-class physicians and services. That's the care Cleveland Clinic Akron General provides to Akron and the surrounding communities. Whether it's primary care or specialized services, we put your needs first with care that is comprehensive and, best of all, close to home. Cleveland Clinic Akron General is committed to the community and your health. To learn more about our services close to you, visit akrongeneral.org.
KeyBank makes it easy to manage your money anytime, anywhere.
I am crushed for time.
KeyBank can help.
How? And how soon?
You have a smartphone?
I have to. It keeps me organized.
Download the KeyBank mobile app and then use your phone to deposit checks on the go, transfer money, even pay bills automatically.
Awesome.
Indeed. Learn how you can make even more financial progress when you use the Red Key, only at KeyBank. Visit key.com or your local branch. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for a great apartment with the best location? Fir Hill Towers Apartments is just a 5-minute walk to the University of Akron or a 5-minute drive downtown. You'll find spacious living, convenience, and fun with a wide variety of restaurants and entertainment just outside your door. Perfectly suited for young professionals and students on the go looking for off-campus living. Stop by 55 First Street Hill, Akron, or call 330-762-7000. That's 330-762-7000 today and reserve your apartment home.
For a lawn that looks as good as Canal Park, depend on Grassmaster. They're a locally owned and operated full-service lawn and landscape company. The development of a healthy and attractive lawn or landscape requires a great deal of time and hard work. It's Grassmaster's commitment to providing the necessary ingredients of knowledge and treatment materials to develop a healthy and attractive lawn or landscape. By choosing Grassmaster as your lawn and landscape company, you are assuring that your investment is protected and will grow in value year after year. Visit thegrassmaster.com.
Everyone at Honda wants you to be safe. And right now, you need a car you can count on and your dealer to go the extra mile. So if your Honda needs parts or service, we're right here ready to help. Working to follow all government guidelines in order to get you what you need and help you stay safe with a reliable car that's ready to go when you need it.
Visit NorthernOhioHondaDealers.com.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs Medina help you using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, fleet graphics, mobile marketing, health and safety communications, and so much more. Give Fast Signs Medina your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs Medina. More than fast, more than signs, more than ready to help you grow your business. Call today and say Go Ducks for your discount.
This is At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO.
Deep drive out to right field. Rafaela turning, watching. It's gone to the Bud Light line. Tiki Terrace.
Your new home for RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Welcome back. This is Marco Lanave, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks is brought to you in part by Precious Cargo Trailways and Stofers, both part of our lineup presenting RubberDucks baseball. Jim Clark and I now continue the fan question-driven conversation with Cleveland Indians prospect Sam Hentges.
From Tabin, what is your workout before each game?
It depends. As a starting pitcher, it depends because we are on a 5-day routine. So, I probably could sit here and talk for an hour and a half about my workouts that I have every day, but I'll kind of try to shorten it. I'll throw on day one in the game. Day two will be it'll be some sort of lift and probably a heavier day of running. And then the third day I'll throw a bullpen, probably 30 pitches in the bullpen, kind of refine some things or work on something that didn't go well in the game. And then day four will be another lift similar to day two. Day five will be a recover light day. And then the next day I'll be on the mound again.
From Joseph H., what is your favorite food?
Ooh. My favorite food, I don't know if it's my favorite. I like spaghetti. I do like steak and potatoes. Another one that I like to make, or I try to make, I guess. I do make a lot of chicken as well. A lot of different variations of chicken. But yeah, I'd probably have to say steak. I do love steak.
Do you have a go-to pregame meal for a start day? Is there a set start day meal?
Yes. I usually I wake up, I have eggs every day. So I'll make eggs. And then usually when I'm pitching, we don't have to show up to the field till a little bit later. I'll find a sub place or some sort of sandwich shop in town and go get one of those. I've done, I think, just for the past couple of years. But last year it was Diamond Deli, like I had said earlier. Usually get a Diamond Deli sandwich before every start and crush it in the clubhouse.
Well, speaking of crushing, this is going to the golf course. David S. wants to know, what would be your club choice for number 12 at Augusta on Masters Sunday?
All right, Dave. I knew you were going to ask me a golf question. Hole 12 on Augusta, I believe, is a par 3. I don't know how long it is, but I would probably use a pitching wedge. I think would be the club of choice.
And he's got another follow-up. David wants to know, is it true that Ernie Clement is giving 3 strokes per 9 holes to any competitor just to try to be fair?
Yes. Ernie is a phenomenal golfer, and I think if he's playing any one of us, we would need at least 3 strokes to keep up with him.
Now, I think you know this guy. It's Jack. How does it feel to have the best brother in the world?
Oh, Bones. It feels good. It's good to know that, yeah, you got the best brother in the world. Shout out to him. He's about to graduate from high school. They're doing a little virtual online graduation, I believe, on Monday. So he's graduating from Moundsview High School.
Is he an athlete as well?
Yes, he plays basketball and baseball. Unfortunately, their baseball season got cut. Actually, it didn't even start. So they're a little bit disappointed about that, because I think they were going to be pretty good this year. So they're a little upset, but yes, he's an athlete.
How tall is Jack?
Jack is taller than I am, believe it or not.
Wow.
He'll probably tell you 6'8", but he's probably more 6'9"-ish. A little bit lankier than me. I definitely could take him in a fight. But yeah, he's very tall.
Does he prefer basketball over baseball?
I think he likes basketball a little bit more than baseball. I think that height definitely factors into that, and he's pretty good at basketball.
Sam, this is from a curious non-Minnesotan, so it's not you or me. Did you ever play hockey?
I did play hockey. I actually played hockey for maybe 14 years. I started playing hockey young, 5 years old, maybe 6. And I grew up playing it. I don't know why I was put into it. I actually think I was put into it because my dad always wanted to play hockey, but couldn't. And he played basketball growing up. So I think, he just put me into hockey early. I liked it. I think it definitely helped out with baseball and pitching because there's a lot of strength that you gain playing hockey in your legs over the years because of how difficult skating is and how much you skate and all the hours spent on the ice. So I'm thankful I played hockey and loved every second of it.
Did you get much warm weather when you played your high school baseball?
Sometimes. It was towards the end of the season, our season sometimes would go into mid-June, and we would basically just start whenever the snow melted. So it was kind of different every year. I think my junior year, we had snow in Minnesota on May 2nd or 3rd. So we had to basically crunch our entire season into 1 month. That was fun. We were playing 8 games a week, 4 doubleheaders, and using a lot of pitchers.
From Tabin, what is your favorite sport other than baseball?
Football. I love watching football. I'm a big Minnesota Vikings fan, although I do respect the Cleveland Browns and their fans. And I think it's crazy that the Cleveland Browns, when they had that little stretch of winning 1 game for 2 years, they would still pack their stadium and their fans would still be going nuts. So I have respect for the Cleveland Browns and their fans.
All right, Sam, this is another one from a curious non-Minnesotan. Why do Minnesotans call it hot dish when it's clearly the same thing as casserole?
I'm not sure. I don't have a good answer for this one. I've gotten into a couple different arguments with people sometimes about this who are also not from Minnesota. I don't know. It's a dish that's hot, I guess.
Yeah. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know. I still call it hot dish.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Another one from same curious non-Minnesotan. The Minnesota State Fair, big event. That was actually canceled, that recently announced. Do you have any special personal memories from what they call the Great Minnesota Get-Together?
A lot. I mean, I probably went to it every year. Actually, one memory that sticks out, I worked at it, and I worked at this, it was a little restaurant, kind of a little booth that they had there. It was called the Ballpark Cafe. And this was when I was in high school, and I was working 12-hour shifts, and it was miserable. It was hot, humid. And I was working, and for about 10 days straight, I was making their classic dish. They had garlic fries, so they just put garlic and mix it with French fries, and they would serve it. And I'm not kidding you, for the next month, my hands smelled like garlic, and it was just terrible. It was so bad. I was taking vinegar with a spoon, trying to scrub it off my hands. Yeah, it was miserable. But I was in high school. I was making money, so I was happy.
That was pitcher Sam Hentges, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks was brought to you in part by Scene 75 Entertainment Center and 5 Star Meats, both on the team of partners presenting RubberDucks baseball. For your chance to be part of a future Indians Prospect Q&A powered by First Energy, visit akronrubberducks.com and follow the RubberDucks on social media. I'm Marco Lanave, and after the break, you'll hear more of Sam Hentges answering questions submitted by RubberDucks fans. That comes your way right after this.
You're listening to At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO, your new home for Akron RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy. This is At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO.
Luda going back. It's over his head. It's over the wall. The first Double-A home run for Oscar Gonzalez.
Your new home for RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Welcome back. This is Marco Lanave, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks is brought to you in part by Suma Health and Gardner Pie Company, all in our lineup presenting RubberDucks baseball. Jim Clark and I now continue with 2019 RubberDucks pitcher and current Indians prospect Sam Hentges answering the questions of RubberDucks fans.
From Team Fontana, what pitch was the hardest for you to learn to throw?
Probably my changeup, because I still haven't figured it out. Because there's so many different kind of changeups that you can throw, and different finger placement, and a circle change and a split change. Right now I kind of throw a modified split changeup, but early on I was throwing a circle change because I think that's the easiest way to learn it. But that it just wasn't really working for me, so I had to switch it up. So I'd definitely say changeup.
All right, Sam, this is from Kevin and Katie L. They must be from Minnesota. They're wondering if you are at all familiar with a legendary high school coach in St. Cloud named Bob Karn.
Bob Karn. I am not familiar with that name. Yeah, I don't know. Bob Karn is did you say high school coach?
High school coach. Well, that falls on me because I didn't tell you enough about him then because it's my high school coach.
What high school did you go to again?
So St. Cloud Cathedral High School. And Bob Karn is now the winningest all-time high school coach in Minnesota. I think has maybe 9 state championships and may have won one like the same day that you would have won one at Target Field. Yeah. But of course in the 2A game,
That.
So
yep,
it was the same
definitely.
level. Yeah.
I remember that. My mom grew up in St. Cloud and my grandpa used to coach at St. Cloud Tech. Pat Dolan was his name. He was a good baseball coach as well.
Okay, who's the funniest on the team? Who has the best swag on the team?
The funniest person on our team last year was Ernie Clement, and the person with the most swag was Alexis Pantoja.
Is Clement also the best golfer on the team?
He is also the best golfer, and probably if we took all the sports and played competitively in every sport, I'm sure he would win every single time. Every single different sport. He's good at everything that he does.
This is from David H. Again, we're tying into Minnesota here. What's your favorite St. Cloud, Minnesota memory? David wants to know.
St. Cloud, Minnesota memory. Probably going up to my grandma's house in St. Cloud, and on Christmas Day we would go. I don't know what the hill was called. We would go sledding down this hill every Christmas when we would go. That was probably my best memory of St. Cloud.
When most folks see you guys on the field every day, they think, oh, all those guys are high school stars. They pitched all the time. But tell us your story on not pitching really until you were a senior.
Yeah. I mean, I pitched in Little League. Everyone pitches in Little League. But I started not to pitch as much when I got to high school, and I was more of a first baseman. And I was actually on the varsity team as a sophomore, and my position was designated hitter. I was not a pitcher or a first baseman. I just hit. But I think I didn't pitch a lot my junior season because we just had a lot of good pitchers, and they were older and they were more experienced, and they were just better than me. They were good. They were very good pitchers. It wasn't until my senior season that I became a full-time pitcher. I would still play first base, but I mean, I would pitch every week in our games. So yeah, I guess my senior season is kind of when I kind of left the dream of being a first baseman behind and started focusing on pitching.
What was your record your last year, and how did the Indians find you?
In high school, my senior season, I don't know what our record was exactly. We ended up winning the state tournament, which was very cool. Great team, a lot of good guys. And the Indians found me. I think it was just at one of my first high school games. They saw me pitch, and then they would come regularly after that. Every time I would pitch, and kind of got in contact with me. And we still talk to the scout that signed me and have him over to our place in Shoreview every once in a while. So it's nice to stay in contact with him.
This question from John T. What are maybe the biggest misconceptions that fans have about minor league players, or just what it's like to be a minor league player?
I think the misconception about minor league players is that we make millions of dollars or make a lot of money. Probably the most common thing everyone thinks because we're professional athletes, that we're just rolling in dough. Well, it may be true for some. It's not true for all. Yeah.
This from Avery. What type of music do you listen to?
I like all kinds. It kind of depends on the season. Like, I won't listen to country music unless it's summertime. I don't really like listening to country music in the winter. I don't know why. It's just something that I've always done. I like old school rock a little bit. I'll listen to new, like Drake or Travis Scott. I like their music too. So I'm kind of all over the place. Yeah, depending on the season though.
What would your walk-up song be if you were hitting?
Oh, that would take hours to figure that out. I had a good one lined up as a pitcher this year. It was kind of more of a rock. I had a Metallica one last year, and I like that one.
All right. Ducks fan 100 wants to know who has the best handshake on the team.
Alexis Pantoja. I think he has a handshake with every single player on the team. I couldn't tell you exactly what everyone's is, but he definitely, it's fun to watch him go up and down the dugout right before the game starts and do a handshake with everyone. He's got so much energy.
So if we see these guys on TV, they got all these crazy handshakes. Like, how much work gets put into making that happen?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm not a big handshake guy. I'm not really all about that rah-rah stuff. I think it's funny to watch other people do it and to see how creative they are, because some of them are hilarious and they kind of are very different. But I mean, I would assume a decent amount of time would go into making a handshake, because if you got to hit all your cues and the other person's got to hit all their cues and you got to match them up, probably a decent amount of time.
When a young pitcher is training at an early age, how much should they throw per week? How many pitches should they throw per week?
I think it depends on the age of the kid. I don't know an exact number of pitches, but I say, like, for me in Little League, I would throw probably once a week in the summer. And I don't think I threw more than 75 pitches in an outing. I threw all fastballs. We weren't allowed to throw curveballs or changeups or anything else until I believe we were 13 or 14 years old. So I think just stick to fastballs and just try to throw it as hard as you can.
That was Indians pitching prospect Sam Hentges. And this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks was brought to you in part by Golden Crisp Potato Chips and High Voltage Karting, both on the team of partners presenting RubberDucks baseball. Stay tuned, because the rest of our conversation with Sam Hentges is coming up after this.
You're listening to At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO, your new home for Akron RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Are you looking for a great apartment with the best location? Fir Hill Towers Apartments is just a 5-minute walk to the University of Akron or a 5-minute drive downtown. You'll find spacious living, convenience, and fun with a wide variety of restaurants and entertainment just outside your door. Perfectly suited for young professionals and students on the go looking for off-campus living. Stop by 55 First Street Hill, Akron, or call 330-762-7000. That's 330-762-7000 today and reserve your apartment home.
There aren't many things in life that are easy. There's easy listening music, easy chairs, easy money. But did you know that you can enjoy all three while getting rid of your old energy-wasting refrigerator? You can schedule a pickup without moving from your easy chair. We'll haul it away and even pay you for it. So go ahead, take it easy, and let us take it from here. First Energy's Ohio Utilities will pick up your fridge and you'll get $50. Just visit EnergySaveOhio.com to schedule a pickup. Now that's easy.
What's better than a good steak? A great steak at a great value in a fun place. Texas Roadhouse. From fall off the bone ribs to made from scratch sides, we've got something for everybody. Great steak at a great value. Texas Roadhouse. Located at 4310 Lake Point Corporate Drive in Stowe. And now offering drive-through, carry-out, and curbside service. Visit texasroadhouse.alohaorderonline.com or call 330-920-9844.
Bridgestone Drive Guard tires deliver a clutch performance that won't leave you stranded on the side of a rural road or a busy highway. They're engineered to take a puncture and to keep running up to 50 miles after a flat at 50 miles an hour. Plus, you'll get the smooth, quiet ride and impressive tread wear life you've come to expect from Bridgestone tires. Let the clutch performance of Bridgestone Drive Guard tires give you peace of mind. Bridgestone, proud sponsor of the Akron RubberDucks.
Here at Sarah Auto Park, community service has always been a priority of ours. These days, that spirit is more important than ever. Join us as we do everything we can to take care of our doctors, nurses, all other essential businesses, and their employees. If our community needs us for anything, even to safely get a bag of groceries to our most vulnerable, we're here. We'll get through this together. Sarah Auto Park.
No savvy traveler likes long lines or waiting around. So, lucky for you, the Akron-Canton Airport is easy and fast. With affordable on-site parking, quick check-in, and short security lines, you'll be through the airport in just minutes. CAK gives you more freedom to enjoy the things you love, like vacationing. With low fares to 11 nonstop destinations and just one stop to the world, book your next adventure from CAK.
RubberDucks fans, check out City Barbecue in Fairlawn for the best barbecue in town.
I gotta tell you, City Barbecue is the best smoked meats I've ever experienced in my life.
Literally the best beef brisket sandwich I've ever had.
Definitely the best barbecue I've ever had.
My best all-around barbecue experience ever.
Best barbecue around.
Some of the best barbecue I've personally tasted.
I highly recommend this spot for some of the best BBQ you'll ever have.
Visit citybarbecue.com or stop by 2870 West Market Street in Fairlawn.
Everyone at Honda wants you to be safe. And right now, you need a car you can count on and your dealer to go the extra mile. So if your Honda needs parts or service, we're right here ready to help. Working to follow all government guidelines in order to get you what you need and help you stay safe with a reliable car that's ready to go when you need it.
Visit NorthernOhioHondaDealers.com.
This is At Home with the RubberDucks on 640 WHLO.
Deep drive out to right field. Rafaela turning, watching. It's gone to the Bud Light line. Tiki Terrace.
Your new home for RubberDucks baseball, powered by First Energy.
Welcome back. This is Marco Lanave, and this portion of At Home with the RubberDucks is brought to you in part by Visit Jacksonville and Pellegrino Music Center, in the lineup presenting RubberDucks baseball. We now resume the fan Q&A that had Jim Clark and me talking with Sam Hentges. From Mark S., why are baseballs tossed out of play whenever they hit the dirt? Do you feel it would be a pitcher's advantage to use that ball that hit the dirt? And if so, what would be the advantage?
There's a little bit of physics that goes into this, and there's like if I throw a pitch and it hits the dirt, there'll be a little scuff on the baseball. I haven't really figured out how to use that scuff yet, but I know there are some guys who can use the scuff. But if you put the scuff on one side of the baseball, it's going to drag because it has like these little things coming off the ball that will slow that side of the ball down and make it spin the other way. So I know a lot of sinker ball or two-seam pitchers would probably like having a scuff if they knew how to use it because it would make the ball move more.
Now, you're a catcher. He would never scuff the ball for you, would he?
No, I'm sure there are people who have done that, and I have heard stories of pitchers who would kind of be very sly about it, but they would scuff the ball and then try to use it to their advantage. So I definitely think if you learn how to use that scuff, I think it would definitely be an advantage to the pitcher.
So you never used a foreign substance then?
No, I have not.
All right. From an anonymous attendee, we were talking about autographs earlier, but which teammate of yours has been asked the most for autographs? Who's usually most sought?
Again, I would have to say Nolan Jones, just because he's good at baseball. He's the top prospect. He's a good-looking kid. So yeah, probably Nolan.
Sam, this is a question that I think we asked our last couple of guests. Who's had the most influence, would you say, on your career?
I would say on my baseball career as a whole growing up would be my dad. He taught me the game and kind of showed me the ropes and was hard on me when he needed to be and was nice when he wanted to be. But he was a good coach. He coached me all the way through Little League and definitely kind of drove home that passion that he had for the game, and it kind of rubbed off on me, and now I have it.
How long is your drive home?
It's 24 hours. It's going to be a long drive, but I'll probably make it in 2 or 3 days. Stop, take a little rest break. But yeah, I'm excited to be home and looking forward to it.
What have been some of the most fun travels? Obviously, that'll be a big trip, but what's been the most fun traveling in your baseball career? Places you've gotten to see?
I feel like I have a favorite spot every year in each different league. I liked going to South Bend when I was playing for Lake County. I thought that was a cool city. Notre Dame is there. And South Bend had a great stadium and a lot of fans. I thought that league was awesome. When I was playing in Lynchburg and High A, I liked going to Myrtle Beach. Thought that was cool. We were playing right on the ocean there. It's kind of a vacation destination, if you will. And last year, my favorite place to go last year would probably be Trenton or Hartford, kind of anywhere around the New York area. I had a friend who works in New York, a childhood friend. So I got to meet up with him, and my family also met me out there in Trenton last year. And we went around New York City, so I'm probably a little bit biased because I had people to spend it with. But those were probably two of my favorite places.
What game as a pro for you sticks out in your mind the most?
Probably the games that the results were good for me obviously stick out. One game that sticks out probably for a negative reason was the day that I hurt my elbow and needed Tommy John surgery. I probably think about that game the most out of all of them. I guess it's a motivator to kind of keep me going, and it showed me how quickly the game can be taken away from you in an instant. So it keeps me humble and not taking anything for granted.
Does your family come down to watch you pitch a lot?
They usually do once a year. They'll come to, depending on where I am, once or twice a year. They usually like to go on the road. Like last year was perfect because they got to go to New York City, and we were kind of tourists for the weekend. So that was fun.
Team Fontana wants to know, what brand of glove do you use?
I use Rawlings. I think I've always used Rawlings ever since I can remember. I love their gloves. I love the different color schemes that you can get with their gloves. They last a long time, and they're phenomenal.
Now, do you guys usually get one a year or one every couple of years? What's typical?
It depends on the player, but for me, I get 2 gloves a year that I get to customize. Sometimes I'll let my brother customize one because God knows I don't need 2 gloves every year. But yeah, usually around one a year, one every other year, something like that. But some guys get maybe middle infielders who use their glove a lot, maybe a couple more than that every year because they go through them a lot quicker.
All right, we got another one from Mark S. Do you know former RubberDucks pitcher Dominic DeMasi? I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, do you know him?
Yes, I do. I was actually roommates, back to the roommate thing, having all these roommates. I was roommates with him in 2015. I haven't talked to him in a couple of months, but I believe he's playing independent ball. He's down in Georgia, where he's from. But yeah, I love Dom. He's an awesome dude. He was fun to be around. Yeah, I'll have to reach out to him right after this, actually.
this is a question from Dad, it looks like. When you arrive in Minnesota on Saturday, what should Mom and Dad grill for you, Annie, and Bones? Put in your order now, I guess.
I don't know what time I'm going to be in. Probably around dinner time. I could use a nice filet mignon, Dad. I think that'll do the trick.
Nice reward after a long drive. Have you made that drive before?
I have made it before. My dad has actually made that drive before. It's not that bad. I usually go up through Colorado, and it's scenic and it's beautiful. It's fun to go through. I do like that, and then you get to Nebraska, Iowa, just flat. But there are some cool towns that I get to go through.
Sam, we want to make sure to let people know how they can follow you on social media. Where can they go?
I have a Twitter and Instagram account. I believe both are just at Sam Hentges. It's just my name. Nothing creative. I'm not super creative. But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I do not have a TikTok. I'm not really into that stuff. But I do think some of the videos that come from TikTok are funny. I don't really know what they're all about, but I just stick to Instagram and Twitter, and that's kind of it.
And before you go, Sam, is there anything else you want to make sure that you say to the fans in Akron at this point?
I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you guys for everything you do. I think it's awesome that we get to kind of interact in this way. I appreciate all the questions you asked me. A few questions took me off guard, but no, I think they were good questions. I appreciate everything and hold tight. I think there'll be baseball soon.
Well, Sam, be safe and best of luck in 2020.
Thank you, Jim.
Sam, thank you so much for joining us. And again, have a safe drive when you do go back to Minnesota. And please greet the state for me.
I will. I'll let them know that you said hi.
Well, again, thank you to Sam Hentges. Thank you to all of you, our fans, our partners who took part in this Around the Pond Q&A, again, presented by First Energy. And Sam, thanks again.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you to Sam Hentges for joining us and answering questions from RubberDucks fans. For your chance to be part of a future Indians Prospect Q&A powered by First Energy, visit AkronRubberDucks.com and follow the RubberDucks on social media. Tune in next Sunday evening at 6 o'clock for another episode of At Home with the RubberDucks. We'll bring these to you every week until the RubberDucks 2020 season begins. For Jim Clark, I'm Marco LaNave. Stay safe and healthy, everyone.
Thanks for listening to At Home with the RubberDucks. To listen to previous shows or for more RubberDucks baseball, follow the Akron RubberDucks podcast on the iHeartRadio app. For the latest on the team, go to AkronRubberDucks.com and follow the Akron RubberDucks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Akron RubberDucks Baseball. Affordable family fun.